Yes, ICAS, yes. Any more concerns from there?
That you guys are getting ready to do. I know it's going to be a long process. So I was just wondering if you're going to be utilizing local help, village help, the membership and all the information that you're requiring for ICAS, the tribal.
I didn't catch it.
Any other concerns? Nuxit? AKP? Kaktorik?
Dwayne here.
Dwayne, concerns? You got concerns for us?
So, meeting, COVID, still exists. I'm glad that we were finally able to conduct our annual meeting.
Can somebody catch that? Doreen?
Mr. Hobson just said he was just happy we were finally able to conduct our annual meeting due to COVID.
Okay, thank you, Dwayne. Any more concerns? No, you, thanks. Kaktorik? I named all the villages except Barrow. Utqiagvik. Any concerns in Utqiagvik or? Hearing none. How about you, Councilman? Any concerns?
Mr. President, Point Hope is trying to say something.
Okay, Point Hope, go ahead.
Yeah, I just point out, because a lot of
We've got to call you in with our telephone, looks like. If you got a number, give it to us.
Yeah, a month ago, we had around almost
Steve, we're having complications on Barrow's side. If you hang up, Maury's gonna call you directly and put you over the mic. We have your number. So just hang up on the teleconference line.
Steve, they can't hear you at all. You gotta hang up your real phone and Maury's gonna call you so you can be on the mic. Nobody in Barrow. Get off the line. Barrow.
we teleconference center and we try to signal conference.
Welcome to the voicemail of
Yeah, no, Steve, if you hang up your cell phone on this call, Maury's trying to call.
It's the bandwidth.
Steve is awaiting your call.
Oh, waiting for your call. I'm calling him now. Go ahead.
Steve, are you on? It's not.
That was too far.
I still can't. It's a phone issue. There's no, all right.
Our electronics is being,
No, I'm calling them on regular cell phone here. It's not. Doreen, are you able to call them? Doreen?
Welcome to the voicemail.
It goes right to his voicemail. What's going on with the phones themselves, the internet, or the service?
Time, go to Barrow and then pick up point.
All right, yeah, we could go to Barrow.
go to Barrow. Okay, let's try Barrow now. We'll get back to Point Hope when it gets through. Go ahead. Here. You want to use this one?
Yes. Koinakpag. My name is Perlita Ann Patkudak for the record, and I would like to start the process today as of on record, the process of being on council or board of all of the above. ICAS, NBB, I would want to be a council member of NBB. I have every right to, and that's what I'm here to speak about. I was late. I had personal issues to take care of really quick, and I missed most of the meeting, but I got the paper.
Go ahead. We're listening.
I would love to represent everything. I already do represent the entire state of Alaska, and I need to be on council, mainly because everywhere, every entity and organization has only keep me as working one day. This past 2 months, I've had like 6 separate jobs, and it's not cutting. Nothing is ever cutting. I have 3 children that depend on me, and I'm a single. I pay child support, and I'm very smart. I'm above average, and I'm actually way above average in my brains, and I do everything faster and better than anybody can ever do. I can do a 1 year's work in 1 week for the North Slope Borough, proven already. 1 whole year's worth of work in 1 week. I need to be on council or board. I need to be on whatever they have to call it. I guess Council of Native Village of Barrow.
Yeah, they're listening to you. You're talking to them, and you're doing good.
Huinakpak. I
Miss-
represent, first of all, Father God, Ateneo, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. I stand and live on God's holy word since I was born.
Mr. President,
Yes, Doreen.
I'll answer part of your question that you had, Perlitha. So to be on council, we put out notices when we have open seats.
I know the
You
process.
submit a letter of, well, you asked.
I
for-
need this on record. That's what
Okay.
for today.
Yeah, so there's a process. So for today, there's 3 seats for Barrow. Somebody can nominate, when we open up nominations, you can be nominated on the floor. And then if people vote for you, they'll write your name on the ballot. That's
Yeah,
the
I
process.
needed it actually in a public record hearing first. Then I'll go ahead and start the process. I know the entire process. I want to be mayor of the North Slope Borough.
Okay, thank you. We have heard you, and you know how the election works, and wish you luck there. Go for it.
I am starting as of today.
Okay.
Mr. President, we have Steve on. Steve, go ahead. We have you on now.
Okay, thank you. And, good afternoon from ICAS there. You know, there's been a lot of concerns, last month, in July, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you good.
Last month we had some damage to our couple of weeks, pipe leaks in the old town site where somebody went over there and cut them with a chainsaw. You know, and these sites been there for thousands of years. You know, we put out a report, and you know, we haven't heard anything yet. The land belongs to the corporation, but the city and the native village, you know, put up a reward for the information. And we haven't heard much. We heard some rumors, but you know, that's something that really hurts, you know, our way of life, you know, as these black people, you know. You know, we've been here for thousands of years, and you know, to the younger generation, you know, we need to start preserving our way of life. You know, a lot of it's being lost. You know, what is taught in the schools, you know, from the beginning when we were forced to speak a language we didn't understand or, you know about, you know, and now we live in a different kind of era where we can teach our children, you know, the values of being black people at a young age. And it's something that needs to start again, you know. We've been here for thousands of years, and the animals that we depend on, you know, we're very concerned about the traffic and everything from the Northwest Passage. You know, the animals are our identity as a people. You know, without the animals, we wouldn't be here. And we want to make sure that they're protected so we can continue our way of life. We see more and more traffic coming through the Northwest Passage, foreign countries, international waters. Even if they're from foreign countries, they still can come on our land in the United States, in Alaska. You know, and when we travel out of state, they have to have passports and everything. And you know, but these people that come to international waters and go within the city limits, or the borough, or the city, you know, state of Alaska, and you know, they don't have to show their passport. I mean, they can come and walk on our land, you know, without even their foreign people. You know, we got to ensure that our way is protected. You know, I know Coast Guard was going to start watching, but you know, like I said, they're in international waters. But as you know, we have our sovereign rights as our tribal members, and you know, our jurisdiction goes a lot further. We have a lot more power, and I think we need to start utilizing that to ensure that our way of life continues to the next generation. But I thank you, and you know, it's very hard sometimes when you see the young people that want to learn your way of life and the culture, and you see the elders with so much knowledge that are passing away one after another. You know, 2022 is the most deaths I've seen within a few months. You know, young, old, and people with a lot of knowledge of our way of life. And you know, cancer is still strong within our community. In Point Hope, you know, we've been fighting to see what else was buried in Project Cherry. We get no word because, you know, this is confidential. What they call, you know, we try to get a lot of the information of this great Project Cherry that happened over 50 years ago, you know, and still we can't get information. We try to get documents declassified so we can know what exactly was buried over there, you know, and the high rate of cancer, the people are young and old. And you know, we just had a working captain that just, like we're having a funeral after funeral due to cancer. Still, within our community, It's something that they're concerned about. And you know, when we live in a tax-time way of life, and we're still got people, and you know, some of our corporations are, you know, they want that money, you know, but you know, whatever it takes. But we want to, you know, the tribes, we want to make sure that our way of life continues, that's protected. You know, economic development. You know, it's hard to choose sometimes, even when, you know, we're a low-income community. But we want to ensure that our way of life continues to the next generation. You know, whether we, you know, it's a struggle for some people in our community, very low-income communities. But, you know, the animals that we depend on are so lively and in abundance this year. It's very important for the monthly fish, the whale, duck, everything. But we need to find ways to ensure that we are protected, even in international waters. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Steve, for those concerns. I know that we're working on village by village on the offshore issues for a sailing area beyond the subsistence water. So I'm sure that once that gets into fruition, we'll probably have better coordination of those also. We're not for those concerns, and they'll be written and taken into consideration. Thank you. Anybody from Point Hope too there? Any other concerns?
I don't think anybody else is there other than me. We had a lot of turnout for registration, but it's such a small place that they, you know, just a small room that they couldn't all stay there. But,
Okay.
Laura, is there anybody there for some?
If there's no other concerns, Koreanak, Point Hope, and then we'll go back to Community Bear. The microphone is in front, and state your name and your concern.
Hello. Oh, Corinne Danner for the record. I see on your website that you have enrolled members, 13,632. And to my knowledge, I didn't fill out an enrollment application. Where are you getting these numbers? That's one of my questions. And also with housing department, what are your plans since that you have a housing director now? What are the plans for housing? We're having a major housing shortage issue, an ongoing thing. So I'm asking, what are the plans for housing needs and what do you offer? This is a major issue in our community, not just Barrow, but throughout the villages as well. So I would like an answer, how you have 13,000 enroll applicants, and I did not see an application. So what are you going up? What are you going through? What's the status on that? So 13,000 is a lot of enrollment members, and how are you getting those numbers?
Thank you for those concerns, Corinne, and we'll try to get them answered. And if the housing department director is on hand, we'll try to get that. There are specific resolutions from village by village on particular services, and Native Village of Barra has their own housing program. But we'll get that information from our housing director for that, to get that. And Maury or somebody can address the enrollment issue?
Yeah, if you read into the ICAS constitution, it says our enrollment is the same as, or if not greater than ASRC's. So we take our enrollment, if you're enrolled with ASRC, your enrollment would be with ICAS also.
Johnny, is that okay? We'll get that other information for you. Thank you, Corinne. Johnny Brower.
Good afternoon. Atila Johnny Nukunak Brower. For the record, Stamna. Kitkangani Tuak. I Chushal Yutukanani. 1977-78. Iraumchak. Concerns nearly, my concerns was about housing. If as a regional tribe agency, if we're getting into housing, what are the plans or the goals for that department on development, economic development purposes? We should be able to establish our own house-making firm as a tribe, because individually, some people have very serious problems even trying to get a loan or to apply to get a housing. As a regional tribal sector, we should look into all areas where you can evaluate and review supplies, resources, and look at our young people that will be able to learn a job trade even when the housing is fully developed and ongoing. You'll need a company of supplies to be able to benefit the tribal members that have housing problems, not just one. In one house, there's a lot of families living in some places. And that part been a concern. And my interest based on some things that I have looked at and reviewed and experienced myself. I would really like to see a fully developed, self-supporting housing department that relies on tribally owned company that makes homes, whether it's for single person, single parent, or etc., depending on the size of the family need. In doing so, if we get those established and self-supporting it and causes a lot of employment for our tribal members. That would be an ideal thing that we should establish, not just a department, but something you can rely on as a company that makes houses and a workforces for plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and things like that. The housing just doesn't get built up just because you have resources to make it. You can buy a good sized home and put it up, but it costs money to ship it up and construct it also.
Okay, John. That's why we pass that enterprise ordinance to start what you're wanting to do. And once we can get our papers in order, then people that want to go start them will come to the tribe and we'll see what we can do together.
Yeah, I'm in serious need to make a new house. My home been condemned unfit for human living by the medical health agency offices. And my house is, I'm still trying to demolish what's left of it. And I've been applying for new home loan constructions, but it's going on almost 3 years now. I still haven't received an approval or a letter of information as to where the loan situation is on the paperwork.
That's
3 years
good.
is a lot of things to think about.
I don't know.
I've applied for housing in, to have a home built, but the serious portion that backfires a lot is that one stupid dumb question, your household income. It crucifies anybody that has an income over that sector of the question. If your income is too high or above this section of an income per year, you're automatically crucified from having a home loan.
John, as a native village, we've tried housing and you're not satisfied. And also as a borough, they tried housing, the state, and it still didn't get done right. Now we're trying our third attempt as regional tribe to see if we can find a way to make sure we can get our houses.
In
like-
some areas, the problem is the people that are elected just sitting on their duty job too much.
Right.
We need people that speak and give us results. I asked, what kind of paperwork do I need to finish what I need to do to demolish my home? And what do I need? What type of paperwork is missing for my home loan construction papers? They're not approved because something is lacking, and going on 3 years is too much harassment and intentional put down and unfabricated storytelling some sort. We individuals living up here, we need results. We don't need this, we don't need that. We sick and tired of being pushed around and given the runaround. That's kind of making us dangerous, especially when we need a home. Not just myself. The reality is, we talk about lots of things, from one agency to one corporation, community meetings of some sort by all agencies. We need to cut that kind of crap and stick to our tribal sector doing something and make full reality of what we say and what we talk about. Open it, turn it into reality instead of fabricating concerns after concerns after concerns. We've been through so many meetings and elaborate and discuss a lot of things that mattered on concerns too much. We need reality. We need conviction of seeing things in reality, not fabricated. I'm lacking. I don't have your email. I don't have your telephone number, and 9,900 other fabricated put downs and set aside material in verbality. We need to do something. We as a tribe, regional tribe sector, we should have been a role model in lots of things 40 years ago, not just today.
Right. Thank you,
Going on concerns and saying these kind of things. We want action. We want reality. We're not going to live here forever. We have children and we've got grandchildren, and our children becoming grandparents. And housing is an issue. Let's stop talking about it and turn it into reality.
Thank you, John.
If not, vote for me. I'll make sure the United States Congress pays you what we owe.
Okay.
Thank you for that. As you guys know that ICAS had just stood up their housing department, and we hear, we see, and we know the needs of the people out there. We've been there. I've been to your villages. I've been in your homes. I know what's going on. And we saw the need to get something going within the tribe. The problem is that the housing department that is up here is not the tribe. It's TNHA. They're not, they're affiliated. They're not, they work for the state. So we decided to bring it into our own hands and start going after those federal dollars that we could go out and we could build and construct homes for them. We know that there's a need of 600 homes out there. We want to be the builders of those homes. So with that being said, with everything that we're doing here today, getting Section 17 and all these other things into place, are making those steps forward to helping getting those problems and issues addressed. We're not here to sugarcoat it or to give you guys lame duck excuses. We are moving forward to move it. And I do have Martina Hobson, our housing director, on the phone here that Doreen will go ahead and let her speak on where we're at and what we're doing. Thank you.
Go ahead, Martina.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Executive Director Lehman. One, I'll answer Corinne's comments and concerns. Right now, we are just trying to establish our footing. So we have to go out and get those federal dollars to help support the need of our people. And we are actively working on that. I'm also actively trying to partner with the local tribes and local organizations to see if we can come up with a regional housing solution together. Johnny, I would be more than willing to help you sort out your paperwork. You can come by my office. I will see if I can assist you in any way. Does that answer your questions?
Thank you, Martina.
Perlita Patkadak again for the record, and I would like to add on what everyone is just talking about. What I would like to do, first of all, as mayor of the North Lope Borough, is because of global warming and stuff, we just might have to kind of relocate also. And I'm looking at Nunavak as a new town for all my children, their children, everyone else's generations to come. Due to global warming, we need to move. And I'm going to start that process. We have the land, we have the money, we have everything. There's no more excuses. I will be in charge of making homes throughout the entire North Lope. I will be looking at global warming issues. I will be looking at all issues, and I will complete all tasks that needs to be done. My first thing was housing. Hello, I have 3 kids. I have no house. I have land. I have land here, and I can't even build on it. Hello, I'm super smart. Hello. We need to relocate due to global warming, and we need to build new houses. And as of what's his name stated earlier, they do have to be separated individually, house to house, whoever, small house or big house. It depends on how big the family is and generations to come. I'm gonna have grandchildren soon. I know it, and I don't know. I'm not gonna let them be homeless. No way, Jose.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hello,
Hello.
Juliana Williams, for the record. I just have one concern or comment for Kervik. We're pretty huge up here in Barrow, Alaska, and I was born and raised here, just like Perlita been saying. And we need a huge terminal for Barrow because I'm tired of, it's COVID. We need 6 feet, between the next person, like anyone else around this United States. I'm a United States Marine. We just left Afghanistan last year. I'm still on call. I could be doing this somewhere else, but I'm here and I don't have a job. It's coming from myself. I do this for my people, serve my community like I'm taught. We need a wake up call up here, a true one.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hello? Yeah, I was out of the meeting room when Martina was asked to speak about the conditions. So I didn't get to hear what she got to say. So, but I've been back and forth to the housing agencies at the borough level, at Native Village to Barrow level. Native Village to Barrow is low income, pure professional low income. When I say the bottom line, there's number 16 or 17, let's say the question, household income. I don't have a job in my house, another person living in my home has an income that professionally crucifies my rights to have something approved. No income, and I get denied, disqualified, just because of that stupid, dumb question. Household income, that's what I was stating. Some of the paperwork, they require you answer that, and when you put down what your household income is, you can fill out those paperwork for 45 years and still answer that question on the household income. You'll never get approved. That's where I'm at.
Thank you, John.
Martina's still on the line.
Okay, Martina's still on the line.
Thank you, Mr. President, and Council. Martina Hobson for the record. Johnny, when it comes to income, I understand a lot of programs will not fund you based on your income. But is there another way? Is there any other ways? I'm willing to help you find a way. And you are welcome to stop by and talk to me, and we can try to figure it out.
You hear that, John? Yeah. She's waiting for you at the office.
Yeah, I'll go that route. I could go talk at the office. But the worst case scenario, we need to get away from this being manipulated as a federally recognized tribe. Even if we have to close the borders on anything south of us, that's the part I want to discuss, especially with the United States Congress. If I have to do it alone, I'll make that wall with my own budget.
Thank you. Oh, we gotta turn it on, I think. It'll turn green. Can somebody help her with that
Hello?
mic?
Hi. Hi, good afternoon. Vera Williams, with Kawig Miyak.
My concerns I wrote down. There's a lot, just continuous every year. I think something could happen. Maybe if you guys think about the taxation levy, that is possible with ICAS. I know in the past they talk about it to tax the heck out of everybody to get money into ICAS. And this would be like your local income, what could be used, and not just federal funds. So I know, you know how North Slope Borough tax the oil company. I think that ICAS could tax them too. I think you guys should really think about activating that. I've heard about it for the last 30 years, but nothing really comes about it. And all the problems we're having with housing, low income levels, whatever, those are BIA and federal mandated guidelines. We can't get away from them, but if we want to use those kind of funds, we got to qualify for them. But this taxation, you could probably make your own operating budgets with this type of funding. And I know I heard you guys talking about the enterprise ordinance. I'm very happy that you guys are initiating that, because there could be native stores, you could have a lumber yard, um, whatever economic stuff. It could go to almost every village. I know the tribe, we used to have one a long time ago, native, a native store. We don't have it no more in Barrow. But I know when I go to the villages, some of them still have native stores. And, that's something that an enterprise that you guys have in the enterprise ordinance. Also, other things that I wrote about was global warming, environment, our NUNA, erosion, beach erosion. The Nuna is melting. The permafrost is melting so much the house pilings are literally coming off the houses from the old houses, making the houses cut up in half or lopsided. Ice cellars filling up with water. Permafrost. It's melting right in front of our eyes. I mean, I know my mom and my dad's old house. It's kind of like the middle section caved in. When I looked at it, it was the pilings. The pilings are kadanga, no more permafrost. Houses are falling. They're falling off their pilings. What kind of help do we need? I know in news, sometimes even when it was Obama's administration, they really have this high-level global warming talks. What are we doing to make the world notice us that we're having global warming? Global warming for our Nuna? I mean, we're losing land left and right from global warming. I hear that some of the villages, they have sinkholes. Their permafrost are melting so much, how are we dealing with this? How we gonna fix all this? We're in the Arctic and we're living this. This is our living proof. We're the evidence. We're watching it all. And there's also different places. You guys talked about asthma, and you guys talk about maybe TNHA resolutions. They're holding all our resolutions, and you say now they're run by the state of Alaska, but they're holding all the native villages of the whole North Slope resolutions. If you want to take it back, let the whole ICAS communities vote on it, take it back. We're just being discriminated, even we're not part of TNHA. They're not tribal no more. They're not treating us like tribal members. They're just getting all the public other people into houses, TNHA. What are we going to do about that? Are we just going to keep letting it slide? We need to get our resolutions back if you're going to really stand up this housing. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what we're trying to do right here, trying to restart our housing. And it does need to be started again because it has basically stopped. Give you an example. I'm paying for my second mortgage in my house because it's not livable without, I mean, I'm in the same boat most of you people are.
I think we
And
need.
we're trying to find solutions, so we're still working on it. More than doors are open, we could always use a hand.
I would suggest you guys make a housing committee, get some people involved from all the villages, even people that are in housing,
Yeah.
different houses, different housing department, TNHA. I work at North Slope Borough Housing, and it's part of my job right now.
Mhm.
I work in the loans office. You have to qualify for a loan. You need a job. You need to be able to pay back a 20, 30-year loan. Those are the true reality of trying to help out everybody, where the funding sources are not that big, but it's moving.
Yeah.
But there's also all these limitations, just like BIA, low-income housing. You have to qualify for them. You have to submit certain documents for any kind of paperwork. And I would, really highly suggest if you're making a housing, to get your housing committee going, like monthly meetings with a housing committee or, something like that. If you need anyone to volunteer, I'll even volunteer. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are going in that direction with our enterprise ordinance. That's where we're trying to head. We're trying to find a way to get through.
One more thing I just want to say a little bit
Go
is,
ahead.
my daughter, she went to U.S. Marines. She was there just about 6 years. She's been home almost 8 years. Employment. How come everybody gets a job and how come Barrow people don't get job? How come the natives are having so much of a hard time getting job? Do you guys still have, is it called a tarot?
There, oh, yes.
Is that activated or is that not activated?
We need to activate it again.
Because I think if you had that, our native tribal members, they have a stand. I feel for my daughter. She looks for a job. She looks and looks. And she's a veteran of the U.S. Marines. And she's still very, very young and willing to work. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, here we are. Almost.
Hello, Corinne Danner
Yeah,
again for the
hello.
record. I would like to say thank you to the board for all you do for trying to serve our people and working hard. I really just want to thank you. And I also want to bring up what resources are available. Please send out newsletters. Let them know how we can help the tribe, the members here, what's available. I was just browsing on the website and it's not very helpful, but we got people that don't have internet access, and newsletters would be great. People check their post offices. What kind of resources are available? How can you help our people? How can we make Barrow better and the villages? I also want to thank your staff for working so hard and trying to do all they can for the community. But I'd like to see newsletters, better input on your website. So I'm scrolling, and I don't find that helpful. We just need to try to serve our people. Our people are getting into drugs. They're feeling, maybe they're feeling forgotten. Like Juliana, she's a veteran. Why is it so hard for our veterans to find a job? I mean, we need to prioritize our veterans now. I mean, Barrow's growing. There's a lot of things happening, but I feel we need to do better for the community. We need to help each other. We need to help them and see what kind of resources are available to help them. They need attention. I feel they don't have the attention needed. We need to do better advertisements. I appreciate you advertising everything, and I see your department growing with brand new trucks, I mean, I'm just thankful for your staff. Keep doing what you're doing, but I'd like to see our resources being out there, what kind we have, what kind of help. Sometimes people don't know. So we need to get it out there way better than what we're doing now. Thank you.
Thank you. You're the one we thank. Very good. John?
Hello. Please address my name seriously. My name is not John. I wasn't born with that name. That one's not given to me. My parents call me Kunak all the time, and they hardly ever said Johnny. My elders, the one that had the first elders conference in 77, 78, they put a chair in front of the crowd and asked me to sit down, and they pronounced me Nuvuk Kunak. Nuvuk meaning my last living elders from the old village of Nuvuk that are in our presence at that time. In memory of them, that's my first name baptized to me by my elders. Kunak, my real Inupiaq name, is my last name in the Inupiaq world, Nuvuk Kunak. So please do not fabricate any kind of stories from that. If you want to, you can go up to where all my elders are now and ask them and talk to them, see if they can redo it, but they cannot change their mind.
Okay,
But-
you got a concern?
Yeah, my concern, since the word global warming has been pronounced and elaborated a little bit, some of the first global warming in history that elaborated and discussed is that the one that happened in 12,500 years ago. People used to walk back and forth, ride horses, donkeys, or whatever, or wooden wheelbarrows, or something like that, going back and forth through the Bering Strait land bridge. 12,500 years ago, global warming devastated the planet so much.
Your concern?
It's the sea level didn't rise. It's the soluble chemicals of minerals that the frozen, when it thawed out, the water got into it and seeped into the soluble minerals, and that's what causes the plumage of the surface of the land to sink. If we have some serious minerals that are soluble, liquefiable by water, we're in serious problem. Because also, I'm a chairman and co-chair in the North Slope Department of Defense Restoration RAP and Ukkalvik RAP. And some of the things that we talk about and discuss, when I mention some things that we seriously need to do something about them, 25 years ago, they're still laughing at some of the requests I made. That's the way we're looked down on. We need to address the issue as I represent my regional tribal sector, and the United States didn't give them the breath of life for nothing. And we are not something you should pamper and toy with. They need to learn to understand and live and realize that we've been up here a lot longer than some of the things that's been moving around.
Okay, what is your concern?
My concern is when the global warming activities that have befallen us for the last 30 years, our polar Arctic ice has reduced so much and went down south on the Atlantic waters that deprives us of all the ices that we go out and do things. And two, we don't have the kind of thickness of ice anymore. So the ocean is rising, and the reduction of ice is causing a lot of open water. Just a few years ago, village of Wainwright announced that they had open water right on the beach, right on New Year's Day, which is an unheard of thing. But seriously, all across the North Slope, we need to seriously address the issue and look at the freshwater resources we have that we take for granted. If the thawing out of the permafrost escalates too much and the frozenness goes down another 8-10 feet, we might wake up one day, Tasakpag Lake is not there anymore, and some of the rivers that used to drain, they're no longer rivers anymore. Those are the kind of things that we will be facing if we don't wake up and exercise our rights to do something. Erosion is a very big problem. As a regional tribal agency, we should learn to look at importing the clay, various types of clay, and enrich our coastal areas. And we apply the clay, the water slips through the clay, but the waves bombard the stuff.
I'm waiting for a concern, John.
I just mentioned to you about what global warming is doing and what we will have to do if we don't do something about it. We're gonna need chemical suits or a suit that you can blow air and to stay afloat, because the next thing you might say, your next calving might be umir.
It will be humid.
But if we have visionaries and want this and that, we should not be overlooked and set aside.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes.
this is Doreen. I'd like to ask if we could limit our times to have respect so other people have time to state a concern. And if you've already been up there once, you've already had
Okay.
your time to state your concerns or comments. Thank you.
Okay. Give me a time. 5 minutes?
3.
3 minutes.
Kuinak, that's all the time I need for hopefully the last, I know that's the last time. Perlita Patkudak for the record. Anyways, I'm a ordained church member and a founding person of I Am Ministries. First of all, we need to seriously do an investigation on all villages in the whole North Slope and for global warming, and we need to relocate all villages and build new house. First of all, new churches, and then our homes. That's what I really need to do. We need to be scientific here. We need to be many things, and we have it here. Our young people, we all have it. We need jobs. We all need to be scientists. We all need to be church members. We need to be pastors. We need to be many things. Hello. And that's what I'm doing. Less than 3 minutes. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Okay, thank you. Any more concerns in Barrow? In Utqagvik? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nubuk.
Hi,
Clara,
Clara Caius.
Caius.
I'd like to know, how do you guys work with the police department here? Because the meth is getting way out of control. Something needs to be done. Our kids are dying.
Yes, they
Is
are.
there a way you guys can help out?
Yeah, so we can hear it. You gotta kiss it like I'm doing mine.
The North Slope Board needs help with the meth going around. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we need to go look at our policing authorities, see where that can take us. Right. Yeah. Any more concerns? There's over half of the villages we never heard from. Okay. And now we're moving on to new business, community concerns, opening of nomination and acknowledgement of letters of interest. Doreen?
Lottie, do you want to explain the process?
Okay.
So we have three villages that had open seats whose seats expired. Barrow has three seats open. We posted notices that had the expiration date for letters of interest to be submitted. And so that deadline was July 15. And these are the people for Barrow that we received letters of interest in. For Barrow Seat 1, Arnold Brower Jr., and he was the only one who turned in a letter of interest. Then Barrow Seat 2, George Edwardson is the incumbent. And we received three letters of interest: Priscilla Asoa, Richard Ungerich Sr., and Justin Gatton. And then Barrow Seat 5, we received one letter of interest, or no, two letters of interest. Sorry, I need to write the other one down. And then the other one was Frida Kaliak. So I'll write her name. So all these people's names are on the ballots that we will pass out. And if you signed in, you can vote for somebody that's on the ballot, or in just a moment, we're going to open the nominations and we'll go seat by seat. So when we open the nominations for Barrow Seat 1, we'll take nominations and we'll go ahead and do a motion to open nominations for Barrow Seat 1.
Motion to open nominations by Vera Williams. Second by Juliana Williams. So it's open for nominations for Barrow Seat 1. Can you come?
And say your name, please.
Nelda Nungasak. Corinne Danner.
I nominate myself, Johnny Nubukkunak Brower.
Dora Brower, I nominate Frederick Brower.
Kellen Snow, I nominate Juliana Williams. Juliana Williams.
Corinne Danner, I'd like to nominate Vera Williams for seat 5.
We're not
Or,
there yet. We're
okay,
still on,
okay, I'll be on the next one.
There was a motion by Richard Ungerup to close nominations. Seconded by Ri Frankson. All those in favor of closing nominations for seat 1, say aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay, we're on to, is there a motion to open nominations for Barrow Seat 2? Motion by Vera Williams to open nominations on the floor for Barrow Seat 2. Who seconded? Laura Gordon seconded. Nominations for Barrow Seat 2 is open.
I nominate myself, Perlita Patkudak.
I nominate myself. This is Maggie Nelson.
Olive Ahmed. I nominate Nelda Nungasak.
There's several of them.
Motion to close nominations for seat 2 by Corinne Danner. Seconded by Frederick Brower. Okay. Is there a motion to open nominations for Barrow Seat 5? Corinne Danner motions to open nominations on the floor for Barrow Seat 5. Is there a second? Second by Juliana Williams. Nominations are open for Barrow Seat 5.
Corinne Danner, I nominate Vera Ann Williams.
Hello, this is Esther Vakana. I nominate Chastity Ulimon. Chastity Ulimon.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
This is Esther Vakana. I nominate Chastity Ulimon.
I nominate myself, Johnny Nubukkunak Brower.
There's a motion to close seat 5 by Corinne Danner, seconded by Juliana Williams. Seat 5 is closed for Barrow. Now what? Koktovic. They
They take care of it themselves. We can't nominate October from Barrow.
You want to explain?
Okay, so Koktovic, you had one letter of interest, and that was Carla Sims Kayutak. So you could go ahead and make any forum nominations if you would like. Do you have any more nominations from Koktovic? Okay, I don't hear any from Koktovic, and the other village who had an open seat was Point Lay, and Celia Attengorak was the only one who turned in a letter of interest. Do we have any nominations from Point Lay? Okay, I don't hear any nominations from Point Lay, so we're gonna go ahead and pass out ballots for you here in Barrow, and you will get a chance to vote. Like I said, all the letters of interest names are on the ballot already, and you will see Barrow Seat 1, Barrow Seat 2, and Barrow Seat 5. There's the names, and then there's blank lines under the names. You can vote for somebody who is nominated here tonight, and vote for just one person. If you're not gonna, yeah, one person per seat. So we'll go ahead and pass out the ballot.
For those folks in Barrow, we're rewriting the list of your options for each of the seats. Yeah, we need a motion to close nominations. Moved by Frederick Brower, seconded by Johnny Brower. All those in favor of closing nominations, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, nominations are closed. Is there a motion for closing of registration? So moved by Aki Ungaruk, seconded by Frederick Brower. All those in favor of closing registration, say aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Thanks, Steve. Closing of registration. We are on number 17, adjournment. Moved by Frederick Brower to adjourn the meeting. Seconded by Juliana Williams. All those in favor of adjournment at 6:57, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, so polls are the adjournment is 6:57. The polls will be open until 7:57 p.m. You have 1 hour to vote. Meeting adjourned, and then we will do door prizes.
Do they have to be present?
Sorry, I just kind of took it over to just
That is.
get through the.
So the villages will have their own door prizes. I think that's when we adjourn, the villages have their own door prizes, and then we have ours here in the meeting room.
Whoever lost the Honda key, we have it right here.
I know.
So each on this board, so the one that you're going to vote on, barrel seat one is one person, on seat two, one person, and seat five, one person. So you can't, that's the order it should be. I think the ballot box is just right out the door, if somebody can show him that.
In the meeting? Oh, Barrow. Hang up.
The ballot box is by where you registered, right outside the door right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, have your attention. These young ladies over here are going to do the door prizes. So if you guys want to get your tickets out, we hope that at least some of you are winners.
Here's the collapsible cooler.
I don't know if she was here. I wonder if she left and came back.
They're all the same. They're all the same, yeah. Last four digits of the ticket number is 3390. What's the name? Holly Nuliman. Holly? Where? I don't see her. She's here. I'll show it. Okay. Last four, 3390. Going once. Ticket number 673390. Going twice. You need to be present to win. Ticket number 673390. Gone. Is that one? Is it the collapsible cooler? All right. New ticket. Ticket number 673337. Debbie Solomon. It's a match. Set them aside somewhere. I'll put it right here. Okay. Next up is a camping chair, foldable chair. Ticket number 673321. Emma Kignock. Over there. It's a match. Next up is a Coleman 25-degree sleeping bag. Ticket number 673457. Maggie Hobson. Next. Next, I got the next one right here. What's next? Next up, a fishing pole. Ticket number 673310. Six, 73310. Stephen Rexford.
Oh. Next ticket for the fishing pole. Ticket number 673427. Maggie Nelson. It's a match. Next up is this igloo cooler. Ticket number 673381. 673381. Esther Ivekana. 673381. Going once. 673381. Going twice. 673381. Gone. Right. Next ticket for the cooler. Ticket number 673449. Let me see. It's a match. All right. Next up, ICAS jacket. Ticket number 673485. 673485. Janae? Janae Subalak. You got your ticket. 673485. There we go. It's a match. Next up is a lantern / speaker with 360 sound. Ticket number 673423. It's a match. Next up is a food saver. Ticket number 673480. 673480. It's a match. Next up is another ICAS jacket. Ticket number 673346. Richard Ungruk.